Hello friends, myself Mittal Dangar. Today we are discuss about network layer, how network layers are work. The first one is introduction. The network layer is responsible for an important job called routing and the IP protocol. The network layer job called routing and the IP protocol. In the TCP/IP protocol suite handles these assignments. The TCP/IP handles the all types of protocol assignments. The first job requires having some idea about the other routers around and knowing where each of them is located. This job is known as routing. The first job is routing, and the routing is working with routers and knowing where each of them is located. The second job is forwarding. The second job is one the routers knows the locations of other router. It can send the packets to a given destinations. This job is known as forwarding. The second job is forwarding. The forwarding is sending the packets to a given destinations. Now, next one is duties of network layer. The first is handling accounting for usage of network resources. Handling accounting. Accounting is counting the usage of network resources. The second one is devise and implement mechanisms of identifying each machine uniquely. The devise and implement mechanism hold the machines in uniquely. The third one is implement connectionless and connection oriented forwarding. Fourth one is multiplexing and demultiplexing. Next one is what is autonomous system. The collections of network organized by a single party is known as autonomous system. Autonomous system is collections of all the networks. There are two different types of routing. First is interior and second is exterior. Interior routing is three major types: distance vector, link state and AOTV. And exterior routing is include BGP, border gateway protocol. The first, interior routing in distance vector routing. So far we have studied static routing algorithm, but practically dynamic routing algorithm are used. Following two are dynamic routing algorithm. The first one is distance vector routing and second one is link state routing. Now, distance vector routing is get routing tables from neighbor, compute distance to neighbor and compute new routing table. The first one is router transmit its distance vector to each of its neighbor, transmitted the distance vector from her neighbor, and second is each router receives and saves the most recently received its distance vector from each of its neighbor. The second router is receives and saves the distance vector each of the neighbor, and the third one is a router recalculates its distance vector, recalculates the distance vector. Now we are understanding the figure. The subnet for routing and J is a sender. J is sending from data to C, I, D, B, A, K and all other routers. J is sending from data to E, and the next router will be G, and the only interface will be 1G. And now second one is J is sending from data to A. So the next router will be I and the interface will be I and D. Two interfaces. Now the J is sending from data to B. The next router will be I and the interface will be I and D. J is sending from data to X. The next router will be I. The next router will be I and interface will be 2, I and B. J is sending from data to B and the next router will be G and interface will be G. J is sending from data to W. The next router will be G and the only interface will be 1. J is sending from data to Q and the next router will be C and the interface will be E, G and C. There are three interfaces. Now the routing table from J, the network, next router and interface we have already discussed in figure. The The next one is link state routing algorithm. Link state routing is used in OSPF open shortest path first, which is the current IETF standard for intra-autonomous system routing. Link state routing is better in combating the problem of convergence. The link state routing is used on finding for shortest path and also collecting the information from other router and estimating the autonomous system topology and working with finding neighbors and delay and sequence number and age fields and routing table construction. Third one is AODV, ad hoc on demand distance vector. AODV is a popular routing algorithm in MINET. The AODV is a distance vector algorithm with a major addition called the route discovery process, and the route discovery process is format of route request packet is here. The source ID, request ID, destinations ID, source sequence number, destination sequence number, hop count and time to live. The source ID stores the data and request to the data and destinations for the data and source sequence number and destination sequence number and hop count is counting the all requests and time is consuming the time. Now the exterior routing. Exterior routing includes BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. The Border Gateway Protocol is an exterior protocol. It helps in routing the packets between different autonomous systems. The second, BGP categorizes autonomous system connected to the internet into three different types. The first two types are customers and the third type is of service provider. Thank you.